Okay, so today we are going to look at sort 21 words from the Yellow Book. Okay, so we have been looking at short and long sounds for our vowels. So we're going to be doing that again today. So for sort 19 we did at versus a, and we looked at all the different ways you can have a make its long sound in a word. So short vowel is CVC, meaning it's a closed syllable capped in with a consonant. It says it's short sound, at. And then we had magic E. We had A and A. And we've always got that fourth one, which is when the vowel ends a syllable. Okay, so that was sort 19. Sort 20 was O. Short O sound, k-o-t. If the o is capped in with a consonant, it makes it short sound. And we've got the same, we have magic E, can make O, say O in its words. We've got OA, and we had O, what else did we have? OY. So we had O like boat or O like snow. And of course, if the vowel ends a syllable, then it's an open syllable and it says its name. Okay, so this week we are going to, unsurprisingly, keep going on our theme, and we are going to look at U. So we're going to look at some words that have the U in the word within a consonant vowel consonant pattern. So it says a, and then we're going to look at some ways that we can have you say you in words. So we can have magic E. So like, in fact I might just do this a bit bigger since this is our main lesson today. Okay, so we can have magic E, and we can have words like cub turned to cube, cube, cube. We can have U as a vowel team. I know W is a consonant, but it's actually functioning as a vowel team in this context. And we can have words like stew, S-t-u, S-t-u. We can have U. Now, what you'll realise when we start looking at this vowel team is we're looking at words like blue. It's actually not a strong U sound, it's more of an oo sound. And there are actually going to be some words using the EW that also make more of an oo sound. So we're being a little bit forgiving about how we define our long U sound. So it can be a strong U, like the word you, or it can be more of an oo sound. So we're allowing both of those sounds to be considered long U, because both of those are not ah. Then both of them are not ah. They're oo and u. Okay, so I just thought I'd make note of that. So let's go back to this. So we've got cube, stew, and blue. And of course, our fourth option, and again, these word sorts don't tap into this fourth option, but I like to mention it, that if U finishes a syllable, then it says its name. So for example, let's look at the word tuna. So tuna. So U finishes a syllable, it's an open syllable. What does a vowel do if it finishes a syllable? It makes its long sound. So that's t-u-na, tuna. Same in cucumber. So if we look at that word, we can see k-u, q, because that's open, come, k-a-m, that's actually a closed syllable, so it makes a short sound there. So that's why you can see U in one word is making its long sound at one spot and short sound at another spot, because you perhaps have looked at the word cucumber in the past and thought, why does this U make a different sound than this U? And hopefully when you see this breakdown of syllables, cucumber, that's how you break that word down, we can see, in this syllable it ends the syllable, makes this long sound, U. This syllable, it's kept in by a consonant following this CVC pattern, so it's closed. It says it's short sound, and that says ber. So we've got cucumber. So that's this little fourth point here. And again, our word sort doesn't go into that, but it's a really helpful spelling tip to know that rule about a vowel finishing a syllable saying its name. So let's clear this off, and we'll actually look at our words for this week and split them into short sound and into long U sounds, but remembering we're sort of allowing this oo sound to count as a long U sound. Okay, and I do not have a tissue with me, so I'm just going to use my hands and get dirty old hands, never mind. Oh, now I'm making my board smudgy. That's no good. I'll use my clean hand to try and make that a bit better. Okay. We'll just have to put up with those smudges, I'm sorry. Right, so we're going to have words that fit into our CVC. So that's our short sound. We are going to have CVV. We actually count the EW as a vowel team. I know that seems a bit annoying because, well, it sort of annoys me because W is not really a vowel, but it is counted in spelling rules as a vowel team. And we've also got another vowel team, UE. That is, no one would argue that that's a vowel team. Okay. So we have got words under here like plump, plump. We can see that that vowel is very safely in the middle of that syllable capped in by consonants. So it says it's short sound, plump. Same as the word thumb, thumb, short sound. Okay, we've got words like stuck and brush, and we'll come back to finish those words, but you can see all of those words have their short vowel, the sound that probably one of the first sounds you learnt when you're learning how to read. Okay, so we're going to look at a few words under this EW team that actually do make the true U sound, so this kind of U sound. So a word that says U is f-u, f-u. Another word that makes that exact same sound is n, remember that silent K, U. So in this case the EW is saying U, f-u, n-u. And I'll give you a third one. Stew, st-u. St-u, stew. Few, new, stew. This is I knew you, not a new present or a new bike. Remember that doesn't have the K, but with the K it's to do with the base word no. So it's I knew that. Few means just not many, and stew is what we eat. Okay, so we've got some true U sounds there. And we have also got over here, this is our UE sound. And this is where it really does make more of a oo sound, I think. See what you think. So we've got words like blue, that's the colour, blue, blue. We've got words like glue, glue, glue. So see how that's making this oo sound? But we still count that as a long U. True. I am not lying. I am telling you it is true. 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 And we've got a few more words under here. But I want to go back to these words and actually point out that this EW pair, actually I'll put the label up here, I've got a label. So we'll have our EW here, and then we'll have our long U sound there, and we've got our UE there with our long U. Okay. So under EW can say U, but it can also say oo. So I'm going to leave a little gap here. I might sort of do a jagged line. So there's still, oh, that's a terrible jagged line. Do that again. Okay. So they're still under this column, but we're just saying these words say U and these words say oo. So words that say oo are grew. He grew into a tall man. Flew. The bird flew away. Crew. The crew on a boat. And blew, as in the wind blew. So can we see here these words are making more like an oo sound, and these words here are making the U sound, but we're going to put them all in the same category and just take note that we just say them slightly differently according to the word. Now, in America, they actually would say this word as knew. I knew that. And they would actually, this word would be in this category. Stew. Oh, yum, we're having stew for dinner. So, sorry, excuse my terrible American accent, but you can see that Americans actually say this vowel team very differently. But in Australia, we follow more the British pronunciation, and these words say you. So we say new, stew. So it's really more about your pronunciation than your spelling, but it always helps to know how to say words correctly, and then when you're trying to teach your brain how to spell them, then you kind of have anchor points in your brain to know why words are spelled a certain way. So we've got a few more U words. We've got few, new, stew. We've got dew. Now this is not the dew my assignment is due, like we're going to put over here. This is dew, like moisture on the grass. You say there's dew on the grass in the morning if it was a cold morning. And we've also got the other homophone of new. Wow, that's a nice new bike. And this is new as in I knew you. So we've got you, new, you, you, new. These are all these U sound. Okay, I think I might put a speech bubble around that because that's sort of like it's saying you. And these ones are saying oo. Okay, but we call them both long oo sound. This one's grew, flew, crew, blew. Okay, have we finished our column under here? We've got a few more, I think. Dew, my assignment is due. Now, take note that is not the same as dew on the grass. And we've got blue, glue, true, flue. Not a very common word, but it's like a chimney flue. It's like a piping that lets air into your fire. Flue. Not to be mistaken for the bird flew away. Okay, this is not a common word, but you never know. You might come across it if you're reading a book and you'll think, oh, that's what that word means. That's why it's spelled differently. Okay, and we've got 3 oddball words to deal with today. Oddballs. Now, first one is do. Do. Okay, now that really, if it's following our open syllable rule, because the vowel's finishing the syllable, it should actually say dough. But it doesn't. It says do. But it's a common word, so you're probably really used to that word. So is another rule breaker, because really it should say you or sue. So either of those would be acceptable, sue or sue, but it says so. So a bit weird, but you'll get used to it. This is to do with sewing, like stitching up something with needle and thread, to sew. And truth is another rule breaker, because hopefully you can observe what pattern this U follows. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Consonant, vowel, consonant. So really, if I was a beginner reader and I was reading that and I'd learnt some basic rules, I would think that says truff. That's what I would think it says if it was obeying the rules, but it's not. It's an oddball, and it says truth. And that probably goes back to the word it was based on in Old English or something strange like that. So we just accept that there are some words in our language that don't follow the rules, but we can see most of them do. So we've got our sounds, consonant, vowel, consonant, and then we've got our vowel teams making this U or oo sound, which is considered the long U, and then we've got our oddballs. So hopefully you will have fun making sense of those spelling words for this week and get going on your spelling practice. Okay, see you later.